I'm honored to have the opportunity to talk with you today about improving situational understanding using our Sensor One wireless sensor devices. As expressed in the U.S. Army's operating concept, titled Win in a Complex World, situational understanding is a key component to an effective military strategy as we move towards 2025. In 2009, I was building an infrared security system for my family because I felt their home had some vulnerabilities and I wanted to keep them safe. A week before I was getting ready to give them this device I'd created, their home was invaded and they were burglarized while my dad was asleep. My dad uses a CPAP machine for sleep apnea, so he didn't hear the downstairs windows breaking. When I received word that this had happened, I looked down my desk where I saw the device I had built and felt like an utter failure. As fate would have it, I didn't move quite fast enough. 6 months later, I was working at the Carnegie Foundation at Stanford, which is a national education improvement and reform organization, when one of our senior scholars had their laptop stolen by a person who was dressed nice and walked in the front door and walked out with a laptop. This came as a huge hit to not only my colleague, but the organization as a whole, because this laptop had a variety of confidential and research data on it, as well as personal pictures and the like. And this same person that hit the Carnegie Foundation had hit Stanford a week earlier and was never apprehended. It turns out that the loss of laptops with sensitive information, as well as small arms, munitions, and other important assets, is so prevalent in the DoD and IC that when the Department of Justice issues reports on the matter, the metrics are often cited as number of losses per 1,000 individuals. To paraphrase Madeleine Albright, 99% assurance isn't good enough. We need 100% assurance because the loss of just one of these laptops with critical information on it will affect not just the people in this room, but the civilian population writ large. After the event at the Carnegie Foundation in 2009, I began work that evening on what would become our flagship product, Sensor One. Sensor One is a portable security system that fits in the palm of your hand. Place Sensor One on anything you want to keep track of, and if that item moves, you'll know. Sensor One can even tell you if you've left something behind accidentally. It uses a 3-axis accelerometer and a 3-axis gyroscopic sensor to detect changes in motion. When motion is detected, it sounds an 85 decibel alarm, flashes LED lights, and communicates with your phone, the internet, or local security personnel. Sensor One is built to the IP67 waterproofness specification, so it can be used outdoors in the rain or in environments where you have drastic shifts in humidity and temperature. It's designed completely and manufactured completely within the United States and is ITAR compliant. We also have a stealth mode in the event that you don't want any siren or any flashing LEDs and you just want a silent notification. And the battery life is 1 to 3 years before replacing the included CR2032 coin cell battery. We have an API in the event that you want to tie into a longer range communication protocol, such as quad-band GSM, the internet, or even AM/FM radio or Zigbee XBee. The included mobile app is so easy to use that you don't have to press any buttons at all. That's because Sensor One arms itself based on your proximity. So if I have my iPhone in my pocket and a Sensor One in my luggage, when I walk away from my luggage, it arms, and when I return, it disarms. We can also adjust the sensitivity to motion and all of the various siren and LED patterns. As far as our research focus, we're currently investigating using Sensor One in a swarm configuration. This way, if you have 3 or more Sensor Ones working in concert, we can tell you exactly where any of those Sensor Ones is moving in time and space. We do this using RSSI, trilateration, and another interesting use case of this is actually detecting when an individual carrying a Sensor One enters a geofence region. We're also investigating using it for seismic and earthquake detection, and we have a built-in spoofing and jamming detection. So if someone is trying to launch a jamming attack using white noise, you'll get an immediate loss of communication signal alert. We're bringing Sensor One to market in the next couple of months, so if any of you are interested on a personal level or would like to test Sensor One in your organizations, we would be happy to pilot Sensor One with you. You can reach me at the email address on the screen. So if any of you have any questions, I would be happy to answer those now. Yes?
Thanks for your brief. My name is Wayne Stowell. I run a robotics company. One of the things that we're working on is detecting exactly where each of many robots are that are working together. So I'd like to take you up on the idea of if we make it, we'd like to take you along with us. We need excellent sensor systems for location and the ability to know exactly where other systems are. And I like the idea of using redundant ways to detect that. We're already doing that ourselves. We have some bright young college students doing it. But if you don't mind, I'd like to chat with you, and maybe if we could put a couple of your sensors on our systems and maybe make it with you.
I'd be happy to, thank you.
Okay.
That reminds me, actually, Sensor 1 is particularly effective in areas where you don't have access to GPS satellites. That's because you can use Sensor 1 in a kind of ad hoc network. So if you have foliage or any situation where you can't get that communication, we can actually tell you where things are moving. So any other questions? All right. Thank you so much.